What is Afrobeats and why is Nigerian sensation Burna Boy now distancing his music from the genre? Afrobeats is an umbrella term that describes popular music coming from Nigeria, Ghana, and the West African diaspora in the UK. It encompasses a number of subgenres like hiplife, juju music, highlife, and Niger beats. It began as an offshoot of Afrobeat, a more political genre pioneered by legend Fela Kuti in the 1960s. Fela had a unique sound, fusing traditional rhythms with politically charged lyrics about corruption, governance, and coloniality in Nigeria. In 1999, as the country returned to civilian rule, radio stations became very pro-local with increased political activity, and the Nigerian music industry expanded quickly. Led by diaspora listeners, songs began to top charts in the UK as well, and soon the first Afrobeats music radio station came up in the United Kingdom. The genre hence solidified as a global sensation, and today Al Jazeera calls Afrobeats one of Africa's largest cultural exports. But this terminology and the broadness of Afrobeats have been critiqued by artists and scholars alike. One of these is Grammy winner Burna Boy, described by Rolling Stone as the ambassador of Afrobeats as a global movement. In an interview with Apple Music, Burna Boy distanced himself from the genre and identified with Afrofusion instead. He said this was because Afrobeats lacks substance. This critique highlights a few important problems with the treatment of Afrobeats, namely depoliticization, generalization, and othering. Let's talk about depoliticization. Black Studies scholar Catherine McKittrick discusses how Black musical texts like Afrobeat exist as counter-narratives to colonialism and racist violence. Fela Kuti's music, hence, was categorized as Wahala or troublesome. In Teacher Don't Teach Me Nonsense, Fela rejected the colonial nature of education in Nigeria with justified colonialism. Burna Boy picks up this same mantle in his music video Monsters You Made, using a sample of Fela at the beginning of the song and criticizing the Nigerian education system for propagating colonial mistruths. So he refers to them European teachings in my African school and says, "Fuck Mango Park and the fools, they said they found River Niger, they've been lying to you." Here, Burna Boy argues that West African people had existed by the Niger River long before colonial discoverer Mungo Park came along. Burna Boy clearly identifies with the political likes of Fela. The prevalence of commercialization in Afrobeats now, so the focus on catchy, simple, and danceable music, simply does not align with these values. The second critique of Afrobeats focuses on its Pan-African roots. Now, political artists like Fela and Burna Boy alike have made Pan-African allusions in their music. For one, they use a mix of African languages in their music, so Pidgin, English, Yoruba, and so on. Further, in songs like The Outro Time Flies, Burna Boy includes a sample of his mother saying, "From the Niger Delta to all the corners of Africa, America, and the world, Black people are turning the tables, taking back our place." Clearly, the artist sees the value of connecting various Black African struggles across borders. Yet, in his distancing from the genre, Burna Boy spoke about how it was too broad to identify with. Artist Wizkid similarly posted in his Instagram story, "I am not a fucking Afrobeats artist, I am not Afro anything." It seems clear that Burna Boy and his contemporaries are condemning the corruption of their Pan-Africanism and what they consider legitimate Afrobeats. Simply put, all music from Africa does not belong in what they consider the politically conscious genre of Afrobeat. The last critique of Afrobeats is linked to this argument itself. The classification of music from Africa as world music in the charts, awards, and radio stations is problematic. Pop from Africa doesn't have to be specifically African pop. It's certainly rare to see Western pop music be identified by continent first. The incessant prefix of Afro in Afrobeats, or even Afrofusion, the term that Burna Boy prefers, hence puts us in a double bind. On one hand, sure, being identified as uniquely Pan-African might make some of their more political motifs clear. In the past, classifying music from Africa within the world music or Afrobeats genre has pragmatically allowed many artists to find fame and success. On the other hand, this prefix others and generalizes the pop music coming out of the 54 countries in Africa. Musicologist Kim Ramstad calls this phenomenon a result of the white ear, an extension of the white gaze. As African music is perceived by radio stations, charts, and awards from a white Western perspective, it's treated as a foreign other.
Udugwu by Burna Boy. The music video starts with Burna Boy surrounded by 5 African male warriors dressed in traditional tribal outfits with white face paint, while he, who's Burna Boy, is in a luxurious black marble-lined bath. This scene presents itself as mocking Western audiences, some of whom still view Africa as a primitive and backwards place. Burna Boy presents a number of images that challenges popular stereotypes about the continent. Then, in another scene, this time in a grocery store, features popular Western products like Frosted Flakes, and in other scenes involving rivers and baths, construction sites, and Burna Boy himself in blinged out jewelry. Here it shows that Africa, in this case Nigeria, is just as commercialized as the West, by having brands even the same ones found in the West, an abundance of food, water, development, and celebrities wealthy enough to purchase quintessential rapper chains. This notably challenges on the trip that the continent is full of poverty and lacking in development. Udugwu is an Igbo word meaning champion. Its use is heavily symbolic, especially alongside the scene where Burna Boy is crowned. Lyrics such as "Nobody Can Stop You Now" and "Over Any Obstacle, Ibi Udugwu" re-inspires hope and suggests that Burna Boy's Nigerian cultural heritage and blackness offers him a sense of support and strength. In addition, when I reach Igbo land, them calling me Udugwu illustrates the singer's relationship with the indigenous ethnic cultures of Nigeria, rather than addressing the name given by the British. Overall, what about these songs? Well, they all counter Hegel's perception of Africa as lacking in culture or its own history and aims to challenge the global north. But remember, Afrobeats is just one big example of the diverse music around Africa, as Burna Boy himself states.
Welcome to Igbo land. When you talk about African dances or Afro dance, there's a lot to talk about. In this segment, we're going to talk about how African dances have been popularized all over the world. But let's take a little bit of a history. When we talk about Afro dances, it's just about not dancing, moving around. It's about showing about the culture. It goes beyond the mere entertainment. In Igbo land, we have a ceremony called Iwa Akwa. It's a ceremony whereby the boy transitions to manhood. And during this type of celebration, we dress nicely. Look at me. I'm looking fly. That's how we do it in Igbo land. But they don't talk about this when you watch your typical American documentaries. But let me show you something. During Iwa Akwa, you see a group of boys on the streets dancing. This is a sign to show how, in our culture, dancing just goes beyond entertainment. It's a way to show rituals, how we passage of rites, and all this other stuff that you don't see on the typical documentaries. But, well, I'm here to show you that Afro dances is the way to go. Just think about like Afro dances, the intricate dance moves, the movement of the shoulders. Come on. This is Africa. This is Nigeria. Welcome to Igbo land. Come with me. When we talk about African dances, they have been popular through different platforms, most popularly TikTok. I'm sure in one of your instances you've scrolled through Instagram or TikTok and you've come across this. I mean, I don't blame you. African dance moves, they're just very entertaining, and it's a way that we, as Africans, our culture has been explored all over the world. But I think you might be like wondering, African dance moves, don't they like just dress up in feathers, leaves, and just dance in the bushes? You're wrong, buddy. That's not how it works. In Africa, our dance moves, we wear fancy clothes, we wear like our traditional clothes, like what I got right here. For the case of that white boy over there, look at him. Lord sweet Jesus, may you save that boy. He doesn't have the groove, he lacks that. He's just been eating too much mayonnaise and coleslaw. Come with me, let me talk to this boy. I need to show him some African dance moves, because he's not invited to the cookout. Come with me. Oh my god, what are you doing, bro?
Man, I'm trying to be Charleston.
You mean the Juba? Oh man. The Juba is the original though. Charleston is just like a white people's West African type of neck. You trying to be like Halo or something?
No, hey man, listen, that's not me. That's not what I'm about, okay?
One history lesson later.
Actually, the Juba was brought to America by the enslaved Africans from Congo.
Dang,
Did
no
you know
way.
that?
I had no idea, dude. Can you teach me more about Afro dance?
Can you handle the hit? Do you have what it takes?
I don't know.
You've been getting too much those. Let's try it though. Let's try it.
JP's a production. It's okay. Oh yeah, shake body. Oh yeah, move body. Make you ring alarm. Oh yeah, shake body. Them girls just they feel me now. Cause I get some money, then they feel me now. Back then they do me anyhow. I don't get some money, they wanna get down. They won't hold me for ransom. Cause I'm young and I'm rich and I'm handsome. They wanna know where I come from. I they run since from Lagos to London. All the blessings and love I they see just they make me they shout hallelujah. I say all the blessings and love I they see just they make me they shout hallelujah. They hold me for ransom. Cause I'm young and I'm rich and I'm handsome. They won't hold me for ransom. Cause I'm young and I'm rich and I'm handsome. Oh yeah, shake body.